Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn how to distribute the space along the cross axis. If you want to distribute the space on the main axis, we have seen the property we need to use is the justify content. But now when we want to distribute the space along the cross axis, then what we need to do is that is nothing but align-content. Let's try to see about this align-content property. Now, for example, let's say that cross axis means, so when we use the cross axis, when we have in flex items more than one line, in more than one line, if you are having in the main axis, if you are having more than one line, so then we will be using this cross axis space alignment. For example, let's say that I will be giving flex basis. So right now I will remove these all the things. Flex direction column also I will remove it. Let's see output how it will look like if I try to show the output. So these are the two items, these are the four items which we are having it, right? I will try to remove this justify content also. Yeah, now we will be able to see these are the four items which we are having. For example, let's say that, okay, let's say that I will try to, yeah, oh sorry, okay, what is it? Yeah, let's say that we are having a flex basis, so that means it's a height width of 20%. I am giving a flex basis of 20%. Now in the flex layout.html I am having some more items like 5, 6 and 7. We can write it as 5, 6 and 7. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so these are the items we are having. Now if you try to see here, equally this has been fitted into this one. Why? Because we have flex wrap as the no wrap by default one. So let's try to add something like flex wrap as wrap. So when you use this one as wrap, now if you try to see, automatically the items has been switched to the down. So now the flex basis, it will try to take the minimum width of 20% each one, and some of the space is left out, and now remaining has went to the down. So fine. So now we are having along the cross axis we are having two lines. Now when you have a wrapped flex container, so this is called as a wrapped flex container, you might have space to distribute on the cross axis. For example, let's say that, so right now we are having the height of 200 pixels. So this flex container is having height of 200 pixels. Now I want to distribute the space along the cross axis, that means vertical I want it. If I want to distribute the space along the main axis, means we can use justify content space between or something like that. So all the things will be distributed. But if you want to distribute the space on the cross axis, then in that case you need to use the align-content property. With the same values how you are using for the justify content, for the as the same values you can use it. Unlike justify content which align items to the flex start, by default the initial value of the align content is the stretch. So here all the flex items will be stretched to match the height of the container, whereas for the justify content the initial value, the default value for that one is flex start, whereas for the align content the default value for this one is a stretch. So align-content, so this one is stretch, it will be having stretch by default. So if you don't mention anything, it's okay, fine. So here this is by the stretch. So now you can do align content center to make the flex items vertical in the cross axis to align the space, to distribute the space. For example, if I mention it as center, okay, if I mention it as center, then what will happen? Let's see. So if I try to mention center, see the flex items which are wrapped, so in the flex container, so they are on the center. For example, if I want to space around, if I want to give space around, then I can give around space around. So now I have given around space around. Now if you try to see, the space is around this one, just like this justify content space around, so the vertically it will be distributed. If you see space evenly, so space evenly means evenly the space will be distributed, evenly it will be distributed. If you want to see space between, so it will be distributed, space between it will be distributed. So like this it will be having. So you can have a flex start also. So flex start, so it will be having at the start. So flex start, see, flex end, it will be at the end. So like this you will be having all the options. By default the value will be the stretch thing. So this is one thing which I want to explain you. So when you are having something like, when you are having what I can say, flex direction column, flex direction column. So let's see flex direction column. When you are having it as flex direction column, so this time, so here horizontal will become align hyphen content, vertical will become justify hyphen content. Now I want to make it to the center, means I need to make horizontal. If I want to make it center, means I need to make this one as center. So this time the cross axis is horizontal, but the main axis is vertical. So like this you need to understand. So if I want to divide the space between these two items, means what I need to do. So space between, so no space between, so horizontally the space will be divided. So here see space between it will have. So like this you need to understand it. So like this you need to understand the concept. So align hyphen content, this time it will be checking horizontally. Why? Because cross axis is horizontal, main axis is vertical. So justify content, justify hyphen content, if I try to mention it as space between, now the space will be divided between vertically it will work now. So if I try to see here, vertical it is working. So like this we will be using the combination of justify content and the align content properties to arrange the items in the cross axis and the main axis. So apart from this one, which I want to explain you, is the another one is the place hyphen content. So we have seen about the align hyphen content and also the justify hyphen content. So we have another property which is a shorthand property for both align content and justify content. That is nothing but place hyphen content. So this is a shorthand property for combination of justify content and align content. For example, if I mention this one as center, okay, so both justify content and align content both will be in the center. If you try to see here, so these are both in the center. Justify content is in center and also the align content is also in the center. For example, it is center and space between. I have given it like this, means now cross axis, this one align content is center and this one is justify content, that is space between. If you see here, see vertically it is center. Okay, what has happened? I didn't save it or what? Yeah, I didn't save it. So vertically it should be in center. See, vertically it is align content is center and the space is divided justify content. So like this is a place content is a shorthand property. To set both the justify content and align content, you can use this place content with one or two values. A single value will be used for both the axes. If you specify both the values, first one is used for the align content and the second one is used for the justify content. So that is the main thing which I want to explain you. So this is all about the align content and also the place content. So align contents, just like the justify content, we also have all the property values whatever the justify content is having. So those all property values like space evenly, space around, space between, flex end, flex start, center, these are all the things you'll be having. The default value for the justify content is the flex start, and align content is nothing but for distributing the space on the cross axis. So that one also will have all the things, but the default value for this one is the stretch. So that is the main thing. And also we have learned about the place content shorthand property. So that is a combination when we want to use both the justify content and align content, so we can use this place content property. So this is all about this align content for distributing the space along the cross axis. For the main axis justify content, for the cross axis align content. Just you need to remember it. Hope you understood about this align content. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.